What if the person who vowed to love you forever is now the one plotting your perfect destruction? In The Divorce, #1 New York Times bestselling author Freida McFadden transforms the legal dissolution of a marriage into a high-stakes psychological battlefield where every signature could be your last. This isn't just a story about splitting assets. It's a razor-sharp thriller about splitting reality itself, where trust is the first casualty, and survival demands becoming someone you never intended to be. From the very first sentence, listeners are thrust into a suffocating atmosphere of paranoia and polished deceit, making this audiobook an addictive, sleep-defying experience for anyone who's ever wondered what lies beneath the surface of a perfect breakup. McFadden, the undisputed queen of domestic suspense, delivers her signature blend of jaw-dropping twists and emotionally raw narration that feels less like fiction and more like eavesdropping on a nightmare unfolding in real time. When Claire decides to end her seemingly idyllic marriage to charming surgeon Adam, she expects sadness, paperwork, and maybe some awkward co-parenting discussions. What she doesn't anticipate is the slow, methodical unraveling of everything she thought she knew, not just about her husband, but about herself. As divorce proceedings begin, strange occurrences escalate: missing documents, gaslighting conversations recorded without consent, and whispers from friends suggesting Adam isn't grieving the marriage, he's orchestrating its aftermath. Is Claire losing her mind, or has she finally seen the man behind the mask? McFadden masterfully uses the divorce framework not as backdrop, but as weapon, turning depositions into interrogations and therapy sessions into crime scenes. The audiobook narration amplifies this tension with breathless pacing and vocal subtleties that make every hesitant pause and forced smile drip with dread, ensuring listeners feel Claire's disorientation as viscerally as their own heartbeat. What elevates The Divorce beyond typical marital thrillers is its unflinching examination of power dynamics disguised as civility. McFadden refuses to paint Claire as purely victim or villain. Instead, she crafts a protagonist whose moral compromises feel terrifyingly human. How far would you go to protect your children when the system favors the person destroying you? When does self-preservation cross into complicity? These questions linger long after plot revelations land, because the true horror isn't just Adam's manipulation, it's how easily societal structures enable it. Supporting characters shine with uncomfortable authenticity: the well-meaning lawyer blind to emotional abuse, the friend whose loyalty fractures under pressure, even Adam himself, whose charm curdles into something far more sinister when stripped of performance. Each interaction crackles with subtext, rewarding attentive listeners who catch the clues hidden in tone shifts and loaded silences. For audiobook enthusiasts, this production is a masterclass in immersive storytelling. The narrator embodies Claire's fractured psyche without resorting to hysteria, letting quiet desperation convey more terror than screams ever could. Sound design subtly mirrors her mental state: muffled voices during dissociative episodes, jarring phone notifications that mimic anxiety triggers, creating an almost cinematic listening experience. Pacing is meticulously calibrated. Legal procedural details never bog down momentum because they're woven into emotional stakes, making courtroom scenes feel as pulse-pounding as chase sequences. Whether you're driving through rain-slicked streets or lying awake at 2 a.m., The Divorce hijacks your attention completely, transforming routine moments into suspenseful rituals where every chapter break feels like holding your breath. Ultimately, this novel redefines what domestic suspense can achieve. It satisfies genre cravings for shocking reveals while offering profound commentary on gender, autonomy, and the violence embedded in civilized institutions. No prior McFadden knowledge is needed, yet it carries the confidence of an author at her peak. If you've ever questioned whether walking away is enough or feared that leaving might be the most dangerous choice of all, this audiobook will resonate in ways few thrillers dare. Press play, lock your doors, metaphorically and literally, and prepare to reconsider everything you assume about love, law, and the stories we tell to survive. Your next obsession isn't just waiting to be heard, it's waiting to expose the cracks in your own